it's your girl Arsharae, and I'm back with another video. This is Love and Hip Hop New York season 10 episode 3. So this episode starts out with Chrissy explaining that she has to go to fly out to explain to her investors why her house is in foreclosure, and they're talking about the situation in some kind of way. No, Chrissy brings up Jim, and then Kimbella takes that as an opportunity to bring up Yandy. Now let me just say this. You know, Kimbella is not telling the truth. She's lying, basically. Because Yandy was not the one who bought up the whole Jim and Chrissy foreclosure. It was Sin. Sin was the one who bought up the foreclosure. Yes, Yandy did say, oh, she said she said, oh, let me look up the article. Now that Yandy did look up the article, but she said, I'm sorry, she said she started reading the article, and she said that everything happened, you know, in 2010. She said, oh, that's about the time that I stopped managing him. No, in no way, shape, or form did she say they were having money problems because she stopped managing them. And Kimbella, I think she's being messy for even bringing that up. I mean, yes, it could have been implied from what Yandy said, of course, but I just don't feel like Yandy was being messy in that situation and saying, oh, it's because I'm not managing his money that they went to foreclosure. I don't think that's what she was saying. I think she's trying to say that if you don't have the right people around you, things like this can happen. I don't think she was trying to be shady. I think, like, people who are I'm sorry. I think people who are, you know, trying to play both sides and going back and forth will make things seem the way that they're not, or the way that someone did not mean them to be. So it's crazy how, like, see, I'm the type of person, don't tell me what somebody said, tell me what you said, and then I can go to that person myself and ask them what they said about me. Like, don't come back to me bringing me messages, and especially if you're not telling me like, you don't know what the truth is until you talk to everybody, and you will never fully get the whole truth, because there's always 3 sides to a story. Is that person's side, is in this case is Kimbella's side, is Yandy's side, and then it's the truth. Like, you're not gonna get the full story. Papoose is at the radio station, and he's basically promoting himself as well as an artist that he's working with. I didn't catch too much of this because I was trying to watch this, take notes, as well as rap Christmas praises. Like, I'm all over the place. So yeah, but you know, I'm all for him trying to get his bag. So go ahead, Papoose. I love Papoose, by the way. I just love his energy. I love how he supports Remy. I love Black love, so I'm all for it. Safaree and Erica are having a photo shoot, and then like, Tahiri shows up, and Erica basically, like, makes up an excuse for Safaree to leave, and then they start talking about the prenup, and Erica told Tahiri what happened, and Tahiri told her basically the way she did it was wrong, and she should have tried to, you know, communicate it with him better, because the way that Erica presented it made him feel like it was off guard and it was out of nowhere, and that she should have talked to him before. Like, I said the same thing. She should have talked to him before they went to the lawyer's office or whatever. And now Erica is basically saying that she doesn't think that she wants to do the prenup anymore. So now she might not even do the prenup. I don't know. Chrissy meets with her business partners, and you know, she has to answer to these people, you know, why is her house foreclosed? Like, we're trusting you with our money, but you can't even, and this is real estate, and you can't even handle your own business, your own properties. Like, how can we trust you with our money, basically, if you can't handle, you know, your own money? And basically she breaks down, and she basically tells them that it's not her fault. Like, she was saying that her house was on the deed, but the house wasn't in her name. But at the end of the day, you're still responsible for whatever happens with the house. And I would say, from learning experience, don't put your name on nothing with nobody. I don't care. Do not put your name on nothing with nobody. And I'm saying this from experience. From experience, that I'm like, not what nobody told me, not what I saw. I'm saying, I'm sorry, I keep moving. I need to find my tripod. I'm saying this from experience. Do not put your name on nothing. Nobody. Don't sign nothing for nobody. Don't co-sign for nobody if they can't get it on their own. Don't don't do it, because like the same thing she's going through, you will be going through so many financial issues that it won't even be worth it in the end. Safaree meets up with Papoose, and he kind of tells Papoose about the prenup situation, and Papoose tells him that he basically got to do whatever he got to do to make Erica feel comfortable. If you, like he was saying, like if you made mistakes in the past, you got to make her feel comfortable, or you honestly got to pretty much make up for everything that ever hurt her in the past. Even if you didn't do it, you are the one that has to make up for it and has to make everything right. And so after talking to Papoose, he basically decides that, he loves her and he is gonna, sign the prenup because he loves her and he wants to marry her. And he doesn't want anything to come between them. So like I said, I like Papoose. Paps always spitting knowledge or whatever. And I love him and Remy's marriage. I love what they have going on. Jonathan is at a photo shoot for an up and coming artist, and her name is Janeski. I don't know, Janeski. Janeski. I think that's how you say it. She is a background dancer, but now she's trying to come to the forefront, and she wants to be a rapper. I don't know. I don't know her, so I don't want to. I mean, I don't know any of these people, but from watching them for so long, you feel like you know them, but I don't know her. So I mean, I'm willing to give her a chance, but it's like every now and then, everyone wants to be a rapper. I mean, I know this is love and hip hop, but it seems like everyone wants to be a rapper. Everyone wants to do this, and not many people actually make a career out of it. Not many people actually hit big. So, but we'll see. Jonathan, decides to bring Rich around, introduce her and Rich, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that, because Rich is supposed to been helping people with their careers, and he hasn't really, you know, I don't know what he's done in the background, but the people that he's supposed to help on Love and Hip Hop, he hasn't really help them like that. But like I said, I don't know what he does in the background. I don't know what he does off camera, but I just hope that she is careful, and that she weighs her options, because she has another manager, and she was saying how this manager wants her to get her body done and this, that, and the other. I just think that she needs to find someone that's going to take her seriously, and that's going to put in the work and the time and the effort with her. And she could be a good artist, because she sounds okay, so she could be a good artist with the right people behind her. I'll say that. Chrissy calls to tell Jim about the meeting. I mean, I'm just over this. I'm just tired of hearing about this, honestly. She told him about the meeting that happened with the she tells him about the meeting that happened with the investors. He pretty much tells her, like, he apologized or whatever, but he was like, at the end of the day, you don't have to explain nothing to them. It happened. It wasn't your fault. It was my fault. And then when she kept trying to talk about it, he was like, we've already discussed this. I'm done talking about it. And it was like he was over the situation. Like, he was just over it. And I'm like, I'm over it too. I'm tired of talking about it. It happened. It kind of messed with your business a little bit. But then again, the people were okay with it because they said it's okay. But you can't have any more screw ups. So just make sure you handle your business from now on. Make sure you don't put your name on nothing else with nobody else, and you'll be okay. Yandy meets up with Jonathan, and they talk about the things that happened, that went down when all of them were together, when it was him, Jonathan, Yandy, Kimbella, and Sin. And they talk about how everything went left. And I pretty much agree with Yandy, and I feel like where she's coming from. And I just feel like she wasn't really throwing shade. She just was stating how she felt. And they came to the conclusion that Kimbella probably went back to Chrissy and told her what they were talking about and what happened, which she did. She basically threw Yandy under the bus and basically said that everything that was going on was Yandy's fault. Basically said that Yandy said that their money problems was because she wasn't managing GM anymore. And I don't think Yandy really cares. Yandy has moved on with her life. Yandy has other things going on. Yandy has more than one bag to chase. And so I just don't think that she cares. And I think that they're dragging this out to have some type of storyline. Like, it's not that serious. It's not. And so Jonathan tells her that he is going to have a lunch party, because he's going to have a fragrance line and he wants her to come to his lunch party. So that should be interesting, because he did say he invited Kimbella, and more than likely Chrissy would be there. Erica and Safaree meet up and they have a conversation about everything, and he tells her that he'll do anything to make her happy, that he loves her, and that if she wants him to sign the prenup, that he will. And then she basically tells him that she doesn't want the prenup anymore, and that he doesn't have to sign it, that she trusts him. She doesn't think that he will do anything to hurt her, and therefore they don't need the prenup anymore. So that's that. Janoski meets up with Fresh, and she's trying to talk to him about business, but he keeps talking to her, which annoyed me. He keeps talking to her about her body, and he's telling her that people will look at what she drives, people will look at how she looks, people will look at where she lives, and they will look at those things, and that's what's gonna make her popping. And I don't necessarily agree with that. Yes, people are superficial, but I feel like people want you to be your authentic self. Like, even with this YouTube thing, I've thought of ways that I could do this, do that, make my subscribers pop and make my channel grow more. But then I was like, but at the end of the day, am I being authentic? Like, am I being real? Like, I think people would value the real you. So in this situation, I think people would value the real her. And I don't think, in that sense, he has her best interest at heart. Like, I feel like he should just let her be her and not try to force her to, have surgery on her body or change what she drives or where she lives or how she looks. I just think that's insane. Like, that's how superficial people can be, and that's how superficial the world can be. And she basically told him, look, I'm looking for a manager. I'm not playing around no more. I'm trying to advance my career. I'm having a showcase. Rich is going to be there. You're going to be there. So at the end of the day, whoever impresses me the most, that's who has my attention. So show me that you want to be my manager. Show me that you're going to bring something to the table. And I was like, yes, that's what you need to do, basically. There's more than one fish in the sea. So figure out what you want to do with that, and who is the best for you and your career, and not just somebody who's only looking at your body. Like, that makes no sense to me. Everyone is at Jonathan's lunch party. Juju and Kimbella, they walk in together, and you can see the tension, you can feel the tension. I bet if you were in that room, you could cut the tension with a knife. Yandy hugs Juju, but she doesn't hug Kimbella, and Kimbella is basically just standing there looking, and Kimbella says that Yandy bought up the article, which is not true. I don't understand why. I don't know if she has her facts mixed up or she just has it out for Yandy. But Yandy was not the one who bought up the article. Sin was the one who said something about the article. Then Yandy proceeded to look up the article to read it because she said, that's interesting. Let me read it. That's what happened. But yeah, I don't know where Kimbella gets this from. Is getting this from. I think like her and Yandy's situation is just getting so out of hand that she's just looking to get at Yandy any way that she can. And I'm not in no way. I know this whole video seems like I've been defending Yandy, but I'm not. I'm just right is right is and wrong is wrong. That's how I feel about the whole situation. Um. Then Chrissy come. They're all yelling. Chrissy come in and she's like, "What is all the yelling about?" Jonathan basically breaks it down for her. Yandy is trying to. After Jonathan finishes talking, Yandy is trying to talk to Chrissy, but Kimbella is talking over Yandy, is not letting Yandy get her point across, which I think was BS. And I just feel like Chrissy just came in with her assumptions. Like she's saying, "Oh, I know you said this," or "I know you said." You weren't there. You were not there. So you don't know who said what. Honestly, you're just going by hearsay and what people said was said, but you weren't there, so you don't know what's going on. So she basically, Yandy was defending herself. She didn't like the way Yandy was talking to her. And she got all up in Yandy's face and said she'll do this to her, she'll do that to her. It's just a whole mess, a bunch of foolishness. And you know, I feel like Yandy has a right to defend herself. I feel like I'm the type of person, I've been so timid and so quiet for so long where you get to the point where you don't want to take nothing from nobody. And I think Yandy's at that point. I think she's like, nobody's going to talk to me any kind of way. Nobody's going to walk over me. Nobody's going to tell me how to feel about anything. I'm over this. You're not going to talk to me not like I'm a child. I'm going to say what I got to say, whether you like it or not. And that's the end of it. At the end of the day, I think like they just need to let this whole situation go. And it seems like Yandy is the storyline for a lot of people. Said it. I said it. But yeah, that's it for my review of Love and Hip Hop New York Season 10 Episode 3. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already done so. And remember, if no one tells you that they love you, Arsharae loves you. Love you guys. See you in the next video. Bye.